So hi students, few students from Karnataka asked me to solve this KPCL Karnataka Power Corporation Limited 2024 paper. So as this paper was cancelled and re-exam is conducted in this month only, I think around December 27 or 28. So few students from Karnataka asked me to solve this, so I am solving this for you. So first question, which of the following parameters will not contribute to strain energy due to axial load? So what is strain energy due to axial load? P square L divided by 2AE. So it depends on the length, area, axial rigidity but not flexural rigidity, D. In a simply supported beam of span L is subjected to a rectangular load of W per unit length, the maximum bending and maximum shear force will be. So simply supported with UDL, so maximum bending WL square by 8 and maximum shear WL by 2. Standard question. If a rectangular block of material is subjected to tensile stress of 120 on mutually perpendicular planes together with a shear force of 60 Newton per mm square, the magnitude of principal stress will be. So given sigma x is 120, sigma y also 120 because in mutually perpendicular 120 and a shear of 60. So major principal stress will be 120 plus 120 by 2 plus or plus square root of 120 minus 120 by 2 whole square plus 60 square. So nothing but 120 plus 60, 180. So no answer for this, probably some mistake in the value. So the correct expression for the relation of bulk modulus, so the relation between the elastic constant, so E and kg, so you remember 9 kg by 3 kg, like this I told you, option A, 9 kg by 3k plus g. Which of the following statements is correct connection with respect to temperature stress? Temperature stress is in a bar. So temperature stress is given by sigma is equal to alpha TE. So depends on the modulus independent of length, change in temperature, coefficient of thermal expansion. In water treatment, what is the purpose of lime soda? Lime soda is a miscellaneous process to remove the hardness. In water treatment, what is the role of clarifier? Clarifier means it is a part of secondary sedimentation. So secondary sedimentation. So in clarifier we get the clarity to the water, so it is a settling of particles. Okay. In water quality management, what is the primary purpose of aeration? Aeration is to remove odor. So not only aeration, one of the most repeated question for us, activated carbon. So activated carbon also we can remove color, odor. Okay, one of the very repeated miscellaneous treatment we have. So through aeration also we can remove odor, and also through aeration we also remove the metals which will be converted as metal precipitates. So this is also one of the primary reason. Iron etc. will come as a precipitate in aeration. In wastewater conveyance, where the primary destination of sewage before the treatment, it has to come to the treatment plant because rivers, lakes, residential is not possible answer. So possible answer is treatment plants. Next, in arid region, where can brackish water source found? Brackish means salt water. Salt water doesn't mean sea water, it's a salt water. Normally in borewells also in some places we get salt water because of the deposits of the soil. Okay. So generally in arid regions because of less moisture the salts get deposited in the aquifer. So in underground aquifers we generally find this salt water or brackish water. Glacier, it's a pure water. Salt water intrusion. The salt water intrusion occurs in coastal areas. okay, but they give arid regions. So arid regions, so possible is under. So but in coastal areas also we can find this slight brackish water, because this is the sea level and our groundwater table will be above the sea level like this, okay. So seawater will penetrate inside the groundwater like this, okay. So the layer that is there in connection between the seawater of density 1.25 and the density 1, which form a layer. So this layer is called salt water intrusion. So sometimes this salt also, so when you dig a bore well, the salt water intrusions will be coming inside like this. So near the coastal areas also, that's why salt water will be coming to us. But they are asking arid region, so the possible answer is underground aquifers. In commercial buildings, where is the primary demand for non-potable? What is potable? Potable means suitable for drinking. So non-potable water means which we use for restrooms, so cafeterias, so cooling system, where we will use the max primary demand for, okay, cooling system, C. So for cooling system, major water contribution will be there for a commercial buildings. Which of the following is a modification of activated sludge process? Sequential batch reactor, SBR. So recently in Hyderabad, Ambarpet also one of the biggest STP is opened. So that is based on sequential batch reactor only. The concept is exactly similar to activated sludge process only. The main difference is it is not operated continuously. This activated sludge process is continuous, but sequential batch reactor operates like batches, okay. So first we will fill the water, okay, there will be aeration, and then we decant the water. Decant means take clear water. So all this process will be done in batches. Some water will be filled, treated, removed, and second batch will be laid like this, okay. Advantage is it's a single tank. Unlike our activated sludge process, where we have separate aeration tank, separate secondary settlement tank like that, but here it won't be like that. The same tank we fill, sometimes we will aerate, after that we stop the aeration, slowly the particles will settle, we will remove the water. Again we pour the water, we supply the air, we allow the settlement, and then next batch, like this in batches. So all the process happens only in a single tank, but in batches, but not continuous, okay. So that's the advantage with SBR, okay. And one more thing also I told you, in Hyderabad Ambarpet STP, they also use UASB also, UASB, so which is anaerobic. UASB. So after this, generally what they do is they after anaerobic treatment they use facultative ponds. So this is the technology they are using for the previous STP. Whatever the current STP constructed in Hyderabad, Ambarpet, they are using sequential batch reactor now. So this is aerobic, this is anaerobic, this is facultative. So three things we can see in Ambarpet STP now. Okay. Dash step is the municipal solid wastewater treatment, involves the removal of large solids, screening. Name the phenomenon that describes the decrease of oxygen level in a water body due to disposal of effluents, oxygen sag curve. So whenever we dispose, the process of reoxygenation and deoxygenation continues, and which forms a oxygen sag curve, So oxygen sag curve, so minimum level of oxygen should be 4 ppm for us, for the survival of marine environment, okay. So that is oxygen sag curve, so which is a combination of reoxygenation plus deoxygenation resultant. The purpose of house drainage maintenance. So regularly we have to maintain the drainage to prevent blockages and leaks. Most suitable metal for constructing of sewers. So sewer gives acid environment, so it won't suitable for metals, wood, but concrete definitely we can use this. Fiber concrete also generally will be using for sewers. Which method is used for the estimation of stormwater? Hydraulic rational method, KIA by 36. Which type of work does the rate for earthwork, construction of underground, installation of earth retaining, excavation and backfilling of soil in various conditions? So how we measure the earthwork? What type of work, which type of work does the rate of earthwork in different types of soil refers to? It can be excavation as or backfilling. Objective for writing the specification. So in our schedule of rate, every item will have specification. So every state generally releases this every year. So for Karnataka also I will show you how downloaded the Karnataka SOR also. So like this, for earthquake also you will have earthquake filling, excavation, like this. These are not specifications. So for different types of works you will have specification. So these are various kinds of works we have, material descriptions. So like this, whatever the work we have, so for every work detailed description will be given. So what should be done, how it should be done, what company we have to purchase, everything will be represented about every material we are purchasing, like this. Okay. So in schedule of rate only they will be giving the unit and as well as rate per unit. So before the process of tendering only, first SOR will be prepared, and after final awarding the contract we will get, as per the contractor price bid, we will get these values later. Okay. So this is schedule of rate, and each item will have detailed specification. Okay. So this is also like that only. Related to earthwork, what type of earthworks will have, either excavation or backfilling in SOR. Both will have separate values. Both will have separate descriptions, like this. Filling, excavation, like this, separate specification will be there for us related to earthwork. Site clearance, like that. Okay. So to evaluate quality, to establish the project timeline, to determine the cost, to provide detailed information about the materials, workmanship and procedure required for the construction of project. What is estimated in the estimation of wooden joineries, doors, windows, ventilations? Okay. So even in our structures also, joinery drawings is one of the types of drawings where we get the details of doors, windows, etc. We have structural drawing, architectural drawing, like this we will have joinery drawing, MEP drawings. Which methods are used to take quantities and cost in civil engineering? Center line method, long wall method or rolling method? In formwork, what does RCC stands for? Reinforced cement concrete. What are the advantages of prefabrication technique? So prefabrication means whatever the shape of the structure we want, we will order in some factory. Okay, so the factory will manufacture. Even for example, we want a different shape of the gate. Okay, so for welding shop we will give the shape, so he will fabricate the shape required and deliver to us. So fabrication means preparing the shape required, so which may undergo welding, bending, molding, whatever it involves. So finally it is fabricated according to our requirement. Okay, so there whatever the shape we want, generally they are prefabricated, reduce the construction time and cost. So directly, so in prefabrication building, so whatever the windows, doors, walls, everything will be prefabricated. So they are pre-engineered buildings, generally we will be using these prefabrications. So directly we will take them and install in the site without cast in situ, directly prefabrication will be there. So no cast, opposite to cast in situ we can say. Why remaining is not limited? Limited design option incorrect. Improved quality of construction is also not correct. Increased construction time and cost, this is also incorrect. So this is the major reason, reduced construction time as well as cost. What is the function of a balcony? Supporting a arch, constructing a canopy, providing a outdoor sitting area, building component. What is the purpose of preliminary investigation? So preliminary investigation means soil exploration. So in soil exploration, we will be getting through different types of tests, we will be getting ID value, C value, phi value by taking the samples. Okay. So we take the samples through piston samples, okay, and split spoon sample. So why we collect this? To classify different types of foundation, to understand different types of footing, to gather information about the soil condition at the site. Okay. So there is majorly we take through split spoon and piston samplers. High quality sample will come through pistons. Split spoon is generally more disturbed soils. If the hard rock strata is at greater depth, then the feasible economical pile will be. As the hard strata is at greater depth, then we will go for friction piles. In order to obtain a good quality of undisturbed, the area ratio of sample should be 8%. Standard repeated questions. The coefficient of friction between concrete and soil 0.3 to 0.35. Standard. The Boosiness influence factor for determining the load intensity of a vertical pressure load below the point load. So below the point load, sigma z is equal to 0.477 q by z square. So 0.477, option B. The effective stress parameter of a soil are C dash, phi dash, shear strength on a plane within the saturated soil at a point where the total normal stress is 300 and pore water pressure is 150. So effective stress is given, they are asking shear strength, so C dash plus sigma dash tan phi. So what is C dash? 10. Sigma dash, total normal stress is 300 and pore water is 150. So 300 minus 150 into tan 30. So 10 plus 150 tan 30 means by root 3. See what is the value you are getting. So 10 plus 150 by root 3 means 1.7 approximately. Hmm? 96.6. Okay, so this is less than 100 because 170 by 1.7 is 100. So this is less than 100 plus 10, approximately 96. As per IS 2720, the free drop of for a 2.6 kg rammer used in standard Proctor. So for standard Proctor, it's 310 mm. So for a modified Proctor, approximately 4.8 kg and 450 mm. And for standard Proctor, number of layers is only 3, and for modified Proctor, number of layers is 5. That is also one difference. The constant head permeability test is used for coarse grained, variable for fine grained. A soil sample has a liquid limit, plastic limit and shrinkage limit. For a natural water content of 30, the consistency index will be. So consistency index, liquid limit minus given water content divided by plasticity index. So consistency index, so liquid limit minus given water content 30 divided by 45 minus 25. So 15 divided by 20, yeah. So 15 divided by 20, 75 B. Among the clay mineral, the one having maximum swelling is mantamonite. Soil transported by rivers and streams. Rivers and stream means, so for a flowing water we get alluvial soils, okay. So this is for wind. So this is glacial and this is for lake, lacustrine. So this is for static water and this is for flowing water, alluvial. The area of an airport in which loading and unloading of cargo, passengers, parking, refueling. So this area is called apron. It's a parking for aeroplanes, where the aeroplanes generally park their refuel, etc. That will be happening in aprons. So that is airport engineering. Next, a scissor crossover consisting of one diamond and scissor crossing. So this is from railway. So through two tracks you will have a different crossovers. So in scissors, so this is how generally the scissor crossover looks. So total you will have one diamond and 4 turnouts, option A. So this is a turnout. The yard where the trains and other loads received, sorted, transformed and dispatched onwards is known as yard. So yard means basically a empty place, we can say. Particularly we can say more length than width. So what is yard? Basically what is yard means? Yard actually it's a unit, length unit, so it's 3 feet, approximately 0.9 meter we can say. So instead of area they have represented it with length, so which means that it is a length dominating, okay. So courtyard we have, so in our house if there is only length dominating place in front, we generally call it as courtyard, okay. So similarly in railways also, between the tracks there will be lot of place where we place the trains, wagons for rearranging, for switching. So when we enter the railway station we will be seeing so many tracks, so many wagons will be placed on the sides, okay, just for shifting. So loads are received, sorted, transformed, all this will be happening here only in these yards, in this empty places, okay. We will show one image also just for your idea like this. So like this you might be seeing so many trains will be stopped when you are approaching a railway station. So this empty place is called as marshal yard. For aeroplanes the empty place is called apron, where the parking happens. So here it is marshal yard, okay. Locomotive yard generally for repairs, etc. we will be using this. Station yard means like platform, where the people stand. So along the length we have platform, right, that is station yard. So yard means simply a place, length dominating place, we can. Goods yard for storing the goods. The curve resistance for a 50-ton train using broad gauge of, so for broad gauge the curve resistance formula is given by 0.04% of degree of the curve into W. So 0.0004 into 4 into 50 tons. So 4 4 is 16, 16 5 is 80. So 0.08 tons. The toughness property of coarse aggregate is, so toughness means impact test. The headlight side distance on a highway for a design speed of 70 kmph, if a coefficient of friction is 0.35 and the reaction time is 2.5. So headlight side distance, so here in this case it will directly become the SSD only. So SSD will be V square by So 0.278 into V into T, so directly we will substitute in kmph as meter per second is not given, plus V square divided by 254 F, or if you substitute in meters per second, it is Vt plus V square by 2gf, but here in kmph we will substitute the unit in kmph only. So 0.278 into 70 into reaction time 2.5 plus 70 square divided by 254 into 0.35. So just verify the answer. As 0.35 and 2.5 is standard values, so some people will be remembering with respect to speeds also. For 70 kmph like this we will be remembering, but here the values are also very close, 101.26, 103.76. So 103.76, okay. So for every kilometer, standard kilometers we want, you can remember, okay, because as calculator is not allowed, may say take some time to calculate this kind of question. If the cross slope of a country is 25 to 60%, then the terrain is classified as. So for a plain it is less than 10%, and for rolling it is 20 to 25, for mountainous 25 to 60, and for steep greater than 60. So 25 to 60 is mountain. Next, the target density that was proposed to be achieved at the end of third 20 year means Lucknow plan. So for Lucknow plan it's 82. So we have Nagpur, Bombay and Lucknow plans. So for Nagpur it's 16, for Bombay it's 32, and for Lucknow it's 82. So for a 100 kilometers area, 82 kilometers length network should be established. That was the target. Addition of pozzolana to cement. Pozzolana is very fine compared to cement, so it will reduce the permeability, but the main disadvantage with pozzolana is it will reduce the heat of hydration but reduce the shrinkage and bleeding as well. So all the above. An aggregate is said to be flaky, so 0.6 times of mean dimension or 3/5 times of mean dimension. To construct a massive dam, low heat cement, very one of the repeated question regularly we get. Tricalcium aluminate reacts fast with water, because this is the first thing that reacts with water, generates less heat of hydration, causes initial setting, it should be flash setting more probably, flash setting is avoided by gypsum, does not contribute to for ultimate strength. So this is also partially correct we can say. So the question might be incorrect, not correct, because option is B. So the question might be incorrect. In case of plastic design, the calculated maximum shear capacity as per IS 800. So as per the new code, it's 0.55 times of area of web into Fy. So only 55% plasticizing we will be taking. Standard question. The size of the butt weld is specified by the effective throat thickness, which is taken for incomplete penetration. So for incomplete penetration, we will be taking the effective throat. So effective throat thickness generally taken as 5/8 times of thinner plate. But here they are asking size. So size generally total size we will be taking 7/8 times of thinner plate. So here they are asking the size. So possible answer option D we will take. So from steel structures, when the bolts are subjected to reversal stresses, the most suitable type of the bolt is, correct word is not there, so it's HF's FG bolt, high strength friction grip bolts. In old code we used to use the term turn bolts, because in Old code this HSFG bolt was not there, but from latest code we are using HSFG bolts. D. Which of the following concept is the basic principle of structural design? For every structural design, the basic concept is strong column and weak beam. The rotational factor for joint C by Cornish method in the figure is. So you want the rotational joint. So directly where the sum of rotational joints should be minus 0.5 for Cornish method. So directly we can eliminate the option. We will solve just to know the procedure. Description in the figure: a structural frame is shown ABCD. Point A is pinned at the bottom and point D is roller on the right side. So AB is 3 meter long and BD is 2 meter long and CD is 2 meter long. So this is unequal height. So this is 3 and this is 2. Okay, so this is 2 meter long. So moment of inertia of I and I. So we want the rotational stiffness K. So KCB we will find, so which is minus half of KCB divided by sigma of K, or we will write KCB plus KCD. Okay. So minus half of, so this is fixed joint, so 4EI by L, so directly I will write 4 by 2 and this is 4 by 2 plus this is 3 by 2 because this is pinned support or roller support, anything will be same. So minus half of 4 divided by 4 plus 3, so which is minus 0.28 we are getting. So probably this must be fixed end or it must be joint C, because for joint C for joint B if you see it is 3, so 3 will divide with 3, so we will find KBA. So for KBA it is 3EI by L and I is 2 na for this, 2I, okay, into 2 divided by 2 into 3 by 3 plus, and this is 4EI by L, 4EI by L, what is L? 2. Okay, so into minus 1 by 2, so into minus 1 by 2, so which will be minus 0.25. So at the joint B we are getting minus 0.25 and minus 0.25, but at here we are getting minus 0.28 and so it should be 0.25, so approximately 21, 22, whatever approximately we should get. So there is no answer, so possible answer we can take option D. So for this it has to be fixed or the joint has to be B, that is the only possible way. The moment required to produce a unit reaction at simply supported unit is called stiffness. A and B are fixed supports. If support B settles by 1 mm, what is the direction of the rotation at B? If the support B settles by 1 mm, what is the direction of rotation? Direction of moment, probably not rotation, because at A it cannot rotate, it is a fixed joint, we do not get the rotation, but the direction of moment is possible. So because of settlement we get a clockwise here and the same will be carried here. So by considering clockwise as positive we can take option A. A single rolling load of 8 kN rolls along a girder of 15 meter span, the absolute maximum. So simply supported rolling, maximum bending will be at the mid span WL by 4. So 4 to 30 D. As per recommendation of IS code with regards to limits of deflection in PSC, the final deflection including all the effects is span divided by 250. and maximum upward deflection is span divided by 300, but here downward as per limit to the final deflection including all. Okay, so if they asked upward deflection for prestressed concrete, then it is span divided by 300. A rectangular prestressed concrete beam of length 30 meter is post tensioned by a cable carrying a initial stress of 1000 Newton per mm square. The slip at the jacking end was observed to be 5 mm. If the modulus of elasticity is 210 gigapascal, the percentage loss of prestress due to anchorage slip. So whatever the strain that is lost, so that much stress will be lost. So delta L divided by L is the stress into E. So this is the total amount of stress lost with respect to the initial stress into 100. So what is delta L? 5 mm. So 5 mm divided by 30 meters, we will take the 3000 because strain should not have units, into 210 gigapascal. So 210 into 10 to the power of 9 or 2. Everything is in mm, so we have to take in megapascal. So 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5. So this is the loss in pre-stress divided by the initial stress 1000. So 7 5 is 35. There are two. It is impossible to have 35% with anchorage only. The total loss combined all losses itself will be around 30 range. So possible answer is option D. No need to check with the units. If you check with the units, you should get 3.5%. But logically only option D is possible for us. In a rectangular prestressed, if the maximum working load is 18 and the cracking moment is 27, then the load factor. So load factor, ultimate load by working load, so that is 27 divided by 18. So 6 3 9 2s 9 3s 3 by 2 B. In case of axial prestressing, so axial prestressing means prestress has to go through the centroid. If it is eccentric, it will have a eccentricity. So axial prestressing, the centroid of the ton should coincide with the concrete centroid, option A. While designing the RCC retaining wall, the factor of safety to be considered against overturning and sliding should not be less than. So question is not correct, not including sliding. For overturning we can take 1.4, it is 0.9 times of resisting moment divided by overturning moment should be greater than 1.4. This is the rule we have with respect to the overturning. Okay. So approximately we can take 1. For sliding we can take up to 1.5. As they have mixed both, we will take the possible answer 1.4. So this 0.9 is considered because the weight will reduce during rotation, so only 10% we have to reduce the weight. In RCC, combined footing are to be designed for bending one-way shear and two-way shear. In case of RCC foundation, the minimum diameter of the main reinforcement for footings for foundation 10 mm. As per SP 34 hash 20 at the rate of 300 means. So as per 34, hash indicates deformed bars, 5 indicates plain bars, okay, and square indicates square shaped bars. Okay. So hash 30 means 20 mm deformed bars at the rate of 300, spaced 200 is given, so it should be 200. So 20 mm deformed bars spaced at 200 mm center to center. Okay, na? Minimum distribution steel for FE 500. So for HYSD it is 0.12% of the gross area of slab. So for mild steel 0.15. Which of the following will not enhance the bond strength in RCC? Using deformed bar will increase 60%. Using large dia, using more number of small dia will increase the contact area and increase the bond. So this is incorrect. Using more smaller number, using higher grade also will increase the bond strength because tau BD increases with grade of concrete. If both tension and compression reinforcement are provided at either ends, the total area of the steel will be, so maximum tension 4 and maximum compression also 4, so total 8% of the gross area. While designing RCC structure by limit state method, both loads and strength are underestimated. Limit state means it will consider both load as well as strength. So load value will increase by load factor, not exactly load factor, partial load factor, and strength will be underestimated. So strength will be divided. So strength will be divided and load will be multiplied. So loads are overestimated and strengths are underestimated. Okay, not exactly FCK, we take 0.67 FCK by 1.5, we know the reason. Okay, so D, loads will be overestimated and strength will be underestimated. The condition to be satisfied for a channel to be regime as per Lacey's theory: constant discharge, silt grade and silt concentration should be constant. The channel flowing in unlimited incoherent alluvium, correct. So because as per Lacey's theory, naturally it has to become the final regime. So for initial lined canal we cannot apply the Lacey's theory. Naturally initially scouring and silting should happen and finally it will attain a shape where further silting and scouring will not happen. So only there we can use the Lacey's theory. So we cannot use for lined canals. So option B. Details of a particular crop in a season: base period, water depths, duty. So water depths at different period. So if you calculate the total amount of water we supply, we get the delta. So delta is equal to 20 centimeter plus 32 plus 25 plus 13, 52, 72, 77, 87, 90, 90 centimeters. So we want duty. So this is 0.9 meters. So 8.64 B by delta. So 8.64 B divided by delta 0.9. Three threes, 3 fours, 4 by 3 means 1.33, 8.64 into 1.33, 13 6 is 78, what is 13 eighths? 104 plus 7, okay, approximately coming 115. Check the exact value calculator because very close option is there for us, 1100. Anyway, last digit has to be 2, 3 4s are 12, so that is also one hint. But it's greater, 13 eighths. Okay, select the option through appropriate. Social upliftment of the people in rural areas can be achieved by proper irrigation practices. SSCJ, same question repeated. Irrigation will create lot of employment opportunities. Both A and R are true. Next question. A unit hydrograph of catchment is triangular in shape, having the base 25, peak 80, the area of catchment. So standard formula, area of unit hydrograph into 3600 is equal to catchment area into 0.01. Okay, so this should be in kilometer square and this should be in hours. Generally that our units will be maintained. So half of 25 into 80 is equal to catchment area into 0.01. So 25 into 3600. So 25 8s 200, 2 cancel, answer will be in terms of 36. So only possible option C. The rates of infiltration for the successive 30 minutes interval are 1.6, 3.6, 5, 2.8, 2.1, 1 centimeter per hour. The corresponding surface runoff is 60 mm. What is the total infiltration? So total precipitation is 1.6 plus 3.6 plus 5 plus 2.8 plus 2.2 plus 1. So this is intensity. So we have to multiply with the time to get the total precipitation. So in this, if you remove the runoff, so this is in centimeter per hour. So I multiplied 0.5 hours minus runoff 6. So this should be the infiltration. Okay. So infiltration is equal to P minus runoff. So this is 16.2. So 8.1 minus 6. 2.1 centimeters. So no answer. Possibly this might be 66. So to remove 6.6 you will get 1.5. 2.1 minus 0.6. That's the only possible option. Coefficient of variation of runfall, so CV is given, optimum number of stations for admissible error of 8%. N is equal to CV by E whole square. So 16 divided by 8 whole square, 4. Direct formula. Which of the following is a typical characteristics of Pelton wheel? Pelton wheel means high head, low head, low head. High head more discharge, high head and less discharge. D. The conjugate depths at a location in a horizontal rectangular tank is 4 meter wide or 0.2 and 1. The discharge of the canal is. So we have a formula 2q square by g is equal to y1 y2 into y1 plus y2. So first we will find small q and then we will multiply with b to get the discharge. So q square is equal to g by 2, g approximately I will take 10 into y1 y2, 0.2 into 1 into 1 plus 0.2. So 5 into 0.2 into 1.2 root. So 12 5 is 60 into 0.2, 1.2, square root of 1.2. So square root of 1.2 means nearly 1. 11 square 121, 12 square 144. So approximately 1.1. Okay, so this is Q, we want capital Q, so B into Q. So 1.1 into 4, so nearly 4.4, option C. Okay, na? Given the width of the channel as 4 meters and longitudinal slope is 1500, the maximum discharge through the most economical rectangular section is. Most economical rectangular section. So for most economical rectangular section, B is equal to 2y. Okay. So y is equal to B by 2 and R is equal to y by 2 for most economical channel. For wide rectangular channel, R is equal to y. For most economical channel, R is equal to y by 2. Okay. So that is the difference, don't confuse. So we want discharge. So Q is equal to CA root RS. So C value 15, A value B into D, 4 into 2. Because Y is B by 2, so 4 by 2 and R is 2 by 2, 1. Into square root of 1 into 1 divided by 1500. So 5 4s 20. 200 400 into square root of 1 by 1500. So 1 by root 15 into root 100 is 10. Root 15 means approximately we can take 4. So 400 by 40, so nearly 10, greater than 10, because it is not 16, it is 15, so answer should be greater than 10, option A. Superplasticizer reduce the water up to minimum 12% for superplasticizer, so 12 to 30. The relation between time period, length of pendulum and acceleration due to gravity is written in terms of dimension analysis. Okay, Rayleigh method. So I already told you, whenever you are doing the Rayleigh method, don't simply convert the units and waste the time. So just see what are the variables. This is time, this is length and gravity. So remember any relation you know that is linking gravity and time and apply that. Okay. So T, or with kinematics you see V is equal to ut plus half at square, or V is equal to u plus at, anything wherever you get, or L is equal to, sorry, not Vs na. So S is equal to ut plus half at square, V is equal to u plus at. Okay, so here you can see length and acceleration due to gravity G. This equation will suit us. Okay, directly we will use this. So T is S into G to the power of minus 1 root A. Okay, so that is L to the power of 1 by 2 and G to the power of minus 1 by 2. You can use any relation whatever you want which relates them, automatically you will get the answer. So if you are unable to get, substitute in regular method and calculate A and B by equating, that also we can do. So if you can get the relation quickly, this is best method instead of using Rayleigh method. Which test is used for low workable? For low workable compaction, for very low flow table, sorry, for very low VB, for plastic flow table. So this we can use up to medium also. Medium to high we can use this, and this is for low and this is for very low, and flow table for plastic. As per IS 383, the passing percentage of, so zones of sand, so we have a table for zone 1 to 4, so for zone 4 600 from the table, it is directly 80 to 100. So zone 4 means very fine, so majority of the sand will be at 600 micron only, because zone 4 is very fine sand, so logically also we can easily eliminate the options. Soundness of the cement volume, ability to retain the volume after setting. Next, water is flowing through a horizontal pipe. The pressure of a liquid in a section where the velocity of the water is 2 meter per second is 2 meter of Hg. What will be the pressure of the liquid in the same pipe at a section where the velocity is 4? So velocity has become from 2 to 4. What is the increase in pressure? Decrease in pressure. Velocity is increased na, so pressure will decrease. So whatever the head that is increased, that head we have to reduce. So first we will see what is the head gained. Velocity head gained. So velocity head gained will be v square minus v square divided by 2g. So this head we will get in terms of water, but they have mentioned with respect to mercury. Okay. So Hm I will write and divide with 13.6. So 4 square minus 2 square, a plus b into a minus b, 4 plus 2 into 4 minus 2, divided by approximately we will take 10 into 13.6. 2 cancel, 0.6 by 13.6. 0.6 by 10 if you take, it is 0.06, so less than 0.1. Possible option, option C. So 2 minus less than 0.1. No, oh, sorry, less than 0.1, not 0.01. So less than 0.1 value is subtracting, so possible option is greater than 1.9. The velocity potential of a two-dimensional flow, the magnitude of velocity at 1 and 1. So first we will find u, so which is minus dou phi by dou x, and v minus dou phi by dou y. So which is 2x minus 2x plus 2y at a point 1 comma 1. So minus 2, 2. So square root of 2 square plus 2 square, 2 root 2. Option A. Okay na? A circular gate 1.2 meter diameter is located in the side of a tank with its center 2.5 meter below the free surface, the total pressure of the water. So pressure of a submerged body gamma A x bar. So gamma will take 10 to the power of 4 into area pi by 4 d square. Pi by 4 I will take approximately 0.8 into d square 1.2 square into x bar. Directly to the center they have given 2.5. So round figure 8 into 0.8 into 12 square 144 into 2.5. 2.58 is 200 into 1.44. So 14 2s are 28, less than 28 because I have taken 0.8 because this is 0.7854 pi by 4 and this is 9810. So the answer should be less than 28, possible option, option B. Understood why it is less than 28? At a certain point in liquid, the shear stress is and the velocity is mass density, the kinematic viscosity will be kinematic. So shear stress is given, velocity gradient is given, dou u by dou y is given. So 0.216 is equal to nu into dou u by dou y, same 0.216. So nu is 1. So nu is nothing but k into kinematic viscosity into rho. So kinematic viscosity 1 divided by 952, 1 by 9, 1 by 95, 1 point something, 1.0 something. Possible option, we will see the other options. 1.5 cannot be the answer, cannot be the answer. So only possible option, option A. No need to worry about the units. A planimeter was used to measure known area of 60 centimeter square, keeping the anchor point outside the figure. The initial and final reading were number of revolution read was 0. The multiplying constant will be. So planimeter, yesterday only our class completed for planimeter. So area of planimeter is multiplying constant into final reading minus initial reading plus or minus 10 times of revolution plus 0 circle correction. Okay. So area is 60, multiplying constant, final reading 8.286 minus 2.326, number of revolutions 0, and the anchor point is outside the figure. When the anchor is outside, 0 correction is also not required. That's it. So find the m value. So 60 divided by 8.2 minus 2.3. 7 minus 2, 5, nearly 6, less than 6, greater than 10, option A. Okay, it cannot be 11, by seeing also we can say it cannot be 11, slightly greater than 10. Satellite station is a station, so this is from advanced survey, triangulation method. So in triangulation method, what we do, so whenever any station which is not accessible, okay, so if there is a station, suppose some tower or anything which is at higher elevation, so it is not accessible. So when the station is not accessible, what we will do, we create a temporary station. We call this as satellite station. This is a satellite station to this not accessible station, okay, and we take all the measurements with respect to the satellite station. Whatever the measurements we have taken, we will convert them with respect to the not accessible station later. So initially we will take with the temporary station and convert them to that later, okay. There is a process for this during advanced survey I will explain how we do that. Okay. So it is close to the main triangular station that cannot be occupied for making the observation. It is close to the main triangulation station that cannot be occupied for marking the observation. Okay, this is the satellite station, this is the main station, but we cannot access it. We have main station, subsidiary stations. So in that, one of the main station is above. So we create a satellite station for our main station. We take all the measurements and finally convert with respect to the main station, that is satellite station. Ground station which send signals, ground station which receives signals, which falls on the circumference of the circle of the three main station. So possible answer option A. In a circular curve, the length of the chord length which was equal to the length of the tangent, the deflection angle of this curve will be length of the chord means 2r sin theta by 2. 2r sin theta by 2 is equal to deflection and tangent length is r tan theta by 2. So which gives you cos theta by 2 equal to 1 by 2. So theta by 2 60, theta is 120. So this theta is not the deflection angle. This is the central angle which will finally equate to the deflection angle only. Okay. So here there is a tangent, here there is a tangent. So here 120, sorry. So we got 120 here. So this will be 60, this will be again 120. So deflection angle will be equal to the central angle D. Next. Two distances 200 meter and 298 meter are measured from a tachymeter instrument and correspond to the staff intercept 2 meter and 3 meter respectively. The additive constant of the instruments are. So tachymeter D is equal to Ks plus C. K is not there. So Ks plus C, and 298 is equal to Ks plus C. So S is 3 and S is 2 in two cases. So they are asking C value. So two equations, two variables. So first we will find the K value, we can eliminate this. So 3K minus 2K, K 98. So K is 98, substitute in first equation plus C. 298 is 196 plus C 4 B. Understood? Next, an instrument was set up at P and the angle of elevation to a vane 4 meter above the foot of the staff at Q was 30 degrees. Set up at P and at 30 degrees angle, a vane which was 4 meter from the foot, 4 meter from the foot of the staff held. Okay. The horizontal distance between them is 200. If the reduced level of P is 251, what is the reduced level of Q? Okay. So we have horizontal distance, we can find vertical distance still here and then subtract 4 meters to get RL. Okay. So for this angle, this is adjacent and this is opposite. So we will use tan. So 200, so tan is equal to opposite. Okay. So 200 into tan 30. So vertical, so let me call this as some H. So H is equal to 200 tan 30, so 200 by root 3. Okay, in this we have to subtract 4 meters because we have to calculate till the foot, not the staff height. So in this we have to subtract 4 meters. And finally what we have to find is not the height but the RL. So we have to add RL of A, which is 200 plus 200. RL is 251. 251. So it is 251 plus 4, minus 4 plus 200 by root 3. So 251 minus 4, 247, 247 plus 200 by 1.7 approximately. What is 18 square? 300 change. Okay. So 1.7. 17 ones. Oh, options are very close. 366. 362.47 we are getting. After substituting minus 4. After subtracting minus 4. Okay. So we are getting 362.47. 362.47. But the key given 366, which means that they are not subtracting that 4 meters. When 4 meter above the footstaff held at Q. Okay. So footstaff held at Q means we have to reduce that. So option C should be the correct answer. Because this is Q and 4 meter above the foot. This is the staff reading. Okay. Next, in the method of reiteration, the same angle is measured 3 times. Incorrect. This is repetition method. 3 times we will measure in face left, 3 times we will measure in face right. Total 6 times we will measure to eliminate the errors. So which is method of repetition. The same angle is measured with face left and face right. Same repetition. The angle is measured and the instrument is turned close to close the horizon. Correct. This is reiteration. AQRBA is a closed traverse. BA is closing. The latitude and departure AQ, QA, QR and RB are below. The length of the closing line BA will be. Okay, latitude and departure as given. So for a closed traverse we know sigma of latitude is 0 and sigma of departure is 0. So first we will find what is sigma of latitude here. So good range we will have, we will take only till first decimal, that's sufficient. Because difference is relatively large enough, so decimal is not that important. So this is 4.2 plus 4.2, so 36 minus 4 minus 31 approximately we will take minus 31. Exact 32, okay. Enough, that much is enough. So 38, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90, 90 minus 65, 25. So square root of 32 square plus 25 square. So 32 square, 3 square 9, 2 3 is 6, 6 2 is 12, 2 2 is 4, 1024, 25 square 625. So 1024 plus 625, 459, 4 6 1649 approximately. So it should be near to 40s. The magnetic bearing of a line PQ is south 40 degrees east and the declination is 5 degrees west. The true bearing of the line PQ will be. So first step is to draw the true north. Only then you draw magnetic north using the declination. This first step is very important to get the exact position of true north and magnetic north. So given the bearing, so if this is magnetic north, this is will be the magnetic south and this will be true south. Okay. So that magnetic bearing is south 40 degrees east. So with respect to magnetic south only we have to draw this. Okay. So this is 5 means this also will be 5. Okay. So the true bearing of a line will be 45. B. Okay, na? Even we need not solve this also. See, they have given 40 and 5. Either it should be plus 5 minus 5. Only 2 options are possible. So the answer should be 35 or 45. So and quadrant will obviously not change for 5 degrees. So only option B. Directly without solving also we can eliminate. What is the included angle of PQR? If the forebearing of PQ is 40, PQ is 40 and back bearing of QR is 300. So direct shortcut, 300 minus 40, 260. We got the exterior angle. So what we have to do? 360 minus exterior angle. 100. Option B. Okay. So if they give BQ and QR, subtract this from this and remove from 180. Next, a topographical map published by Survey of India is selected for a investigating of project is titled with a number 53A/2. The scale and contour interval of the map will be. There is a concept behind this. I will explain what is the concept behind this. So our country is divided into so many million scales, so many million scales like this. So total we have 105 million scales, okay. So total we have 105 million scale maps, okay. What is this million scale map means? Scale is 1:million, 1:million, scale is 1:million. So our country is so big, so Survey of India will be regularly publishing these maps. You will be buying state maps like this, different maps will be publishing, right? So our country is divided like this. So how it is divided means each grid will have 4 degree by 4 degree, 4 degree by 4 degree like this. So these are called million scale maps, okay. So there are 105 million scale maps in this. In this 53 is one such number, just one number 53, okay. In this again each map is further divided into 16 parts. Again it is divided into 16 parts. What will be the angle for this? It will be 1 degree by 1 degree by 4 by 4, okay. So like that we will get, this is million part for 4 degree. So this will be half this, half million, we call this as half million. And generally for this scale, as it is divided by 4, we will get 1 million by 4 means approximately 2,50,000 will be the scale for this, 2,50,000, okay. So this is further divided in this, each is further again divided into 16 parts again. No, not 16 parts. By 2 means 4 parts, okay. So this is further divided into 4 parts. So each which 30 minutes now by 2, okay. And the scale will come as 1:125,000, 1,25,000, okay. Again this is further divided into 15 like this, okay. So like this there are so many divisions we make, okay. So this 53A/2 is 1:50,000. So next scale is 1:50,000 after this next scale. So later they don't follow this by 2 principle. So they have taken 1:50,000 scale, okay. So if they simply represent 53, it means it is 1 million scale. We have to understand like that, okay. So if they give 53A, then we have to understand it is half million. So which is 1:250,000, okay. So 53A/2, there is a, so this between 53A/2 and 53A there is one more classification, we call it as 53A north, that is not here. So 53A2, so here you will have 1:50,000 scale with a contour interval of 50. So like, because it has to, Survey of India has to publish so many topographic map related to state, related to country. In some maps it will share with the border country also. When the scale is reduced, the coverage will increase. So to show complete India map and surrounding everything, it has to increase the scale. More than 1 million also we will be seeing. If you buy a graph, you will see 1:1.1 million scale, like this you will see on the graph. Like this million graphs, half million, quarter million, like this different scale graphs for topographies they will be publishing. So in that one such map is 53A/2. So 1:50,000 and 50. So if they give simply 53, it means that it is 1 million type of map. like that we have to understand. Okay, and let me give the contour interval also for you. Okay, so these are the values. So like this, different topography, topo sheets will be published by the Survey of India. So here they give 15. So first one is million graph, where each quadrant is 4 by 4. 4 by 4. This is divided by 4. This is 1 by 1. Each will have only 1 degree now. Okay, this is again divided into 4 parts, which means by 2 by 2. So 30 minutes. Again this is divided into 4 parts for by 2, that is 15 15. So this scale is 1:50,000 and the contour interval shown is 50 meters. So this is 100, 500, 250. Okay. So this is standard followed by Survey of India for publishing maps. Okay. Next, if a two-hinged parabola arch of L and rise H is subjected to a uniform distributed load of W per unit length over its entire horizontal length, then the horizontal thrust will be direct formula WL square by 8H. Same formula we use for cables also. Cables and arches, that's why that chapter also is combined chapter, arches and cables. Which of the following methods is a force method? So this is deflection method, force method, method of consistent deformation, and this is also deflection method. Okay, sorry, displacement method. So force and displacement. So this is force method and these two are displacement method. Next question. If a cable of span 120 meter and dip 10 meter carries a load of 6 kilonewton per meter of horizontal span, the maximum tension in the cable is. So for the cable maximum tension, so both are at same level. So when both are at same level, so maximum tension will be, so maximum tension T will be the resultant of vertical and horizontal. So direct formula square root of H square plus V square. So H is square root of WL square by 8H whole square plus WL by 2 whole square vertical. So what is W? So 6 into 120 square divided by 8H 10 whole square plus W6 into 120 by 2 whole square root. Close values are there. So just verify the answer. We are getting 1138. Okay. So I can verify the answer. So 1138.42 should be the answer. Okay. So or you can remove WL by 2 whole square outside. So which will become, so if you remove whole square outside, it will become WL by 2 into 1 plus. So WL square by 4 you have removed. So 8 square is 64. So in this 4 went. So you will have 16. 16 4 is 64. And L square whole square, in this L square went outside, L square will be remaining, and H, so H did not go outside, so H square also will be remaining. So WL by 2 into square root of 1 plus 1 divided by 16 L by H whole square. So like this also we can calculate, because calculating square of this is relatively tough. So we will solve like this. So what is W6 L 120 divided by 2 into 1 plus 1 by 16. So sorry. So 1 plus L square by 16 H square. L square 120 square divided by 16 into H square 10 square. So 2 3s. So this will be 360 into square root of 1 plus. So 120 into 120 divided by 16 into 100. So 4 4s, 4 3s, 4 3s 100. So this is root 10. So 360 into root 10. So which is 1138.42. So root 10 approximately 3.3. 3.1, 3 square 9 na. So 3 square 9. So 31 square nearly 1000. So 3.1. So we can get option C.
Exactly easy good with 3.16.
Okay. Which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to deflection of beams? Slope will always be maximum at the free end of a cantilever, correct. Deflection will always be maximum at free end of cantilever, correct. Both slope and deflection will be 0 at fixed end, correct. Deflection will be maximum at the center in case of simply supported, need not be. Only for the center load it is maximum, but if it is eccentric load, the maximum deflection will be at a distance of square root of L square minus B square by 3 from the left support, and from the right support L square minus A square by 3. And also one more thing we have in our syllabus. So from the center the maximum deflection for eccentricity will be within a distance of L by 12. This is also important thing. So it will not be at the center, only if it is a center load it will be at the center. So option D. Maximum deflection in case of simply supported beam with center load, double L cube by 48 EA. Direct question. That's all. So I hope this session was useful for you, and all the best for your examination. So I am keeping this solved paper in the description, so you can download for your practice.